In this workshop, I'll talk you through the general WordPress anatomy and how you log into your backend. I'll explain a little bit of the terminology and how we'll be working with WordPress. And the general workflow is discussed in the next section. So let's start with the anatomy. Up here, we have what's called the header. This entire area here is called the header. So that includes a possible picture in our case. It includes the title of your website. It includes the tagline. This is the tagline here. And it includes the menu bar at the top. That's then followed by the content part, which is here, which at the moment all it says is hello world when it was posted, and obviously the content. You would ideally have several posts here, maybe your latest post displayed. This could also be a static page that doesn't change, and you have the blog part if you're using it on a different part of your website. On the right here you have what's known as the sidebar, which you can populate with widgets. These will stay the same throughout the website, so even if somebody looks at another article here, the sidebar content will stay the same. You can populate this yourself with what's known as widgets. So every little thing here, this is one widget, this is one widget, archives is a widget, even the search bar is a widget. You can add others, you can take these out, absolutely up to you. And the bottom part here is known as the footer. The footer usually displays copyright information and maybe repeats the website name, has possible credits, like in this case, proudly powered by WordPress. It may have the theme, author, and so forth. These things are very different depending on the layout you're using. So each layout jumbles these things up a bit. So you could have the sidebar over on the left-hand side and the content on the right-hand side. You could have no sidebar at all. You could have two sidebars, one on the left, one on the right. You could have a slideshow instead of the header image. You could leave the title out, and you can leave the footer completely blank. But all these four elements are, in terminology, referred to on any website. Now let's look at one of the widgets here, which is the meta widget, which has a handy login link. So if you click on that, you go to this screen, which then allows you to log into the WordPress backend. Imagine you don't have that widget. All you do is where your domain is here, up here in the URL bar in the browser. At the end of your URL, you type a / followed by wp-admin. And that will also bring you to your login page. So if you don't have that little widget on your front page, it's not a problem. You can usually get into your backend like that. Some installations have WordPress installed in a subdirectory on the server. In that case, you need to type in the subdirectory first. So say it would be WP, for example, or it could be anything like blog. It depends on what you've named that subdirectory, followed by a / followed by wp-admin. And then obviously that doesn't work on my case because I've installed it in the root directory, which if you're hosting with me at wpguru.co.uk, you'll always have a root installation. Anyway, let's log in. And my username is admin, and my password is password, but don't tell anyone. Okay, so we're logging in, and this is our WordPress backend. And in the next tutorial, I'm going to show you the basic workflow of how you keep an eye on your backend and the front end at the same time. So join me in a moment.